Yes, good morning to all. Again, welcome to online classes. I hope all are well and stay home. Today, we start a new lesson in the biology part. That is lesson number 3. Lesson number 3, that is the fundamental unit of life. The fundamental unit of life. That is biology part, lesson number 3, that's fundamental unit of life. In this chapter we discuss about discovery of cell, types of cell, functions of cell, structure of cell and their functions. These are the topics which we clear in this chapter. First of all, we first discussed about the term discover of cell. discover of Discovery of cell. Who discovers cell? That is, for the first time, that cell was discovered by Robert Hooke. That is Robert Hooke. He was the first person discovered that cell in primitive by using primitive microscope. Primitive microscope, not advanced microscope, in the primitive microscope. That's in 1660. In the year of 1665, Robert Hooke was discovered that a cell by using primitive microscope in 1665. So how he discovered? He used a slice cork slice means that is that a part of that a part of that tree, that bark of the tree, okay, that is called as a cork slice. Okay, cork means that is a bark of the tree. Okay, so from that bark of the tree he taken the cork slice. So how does it appear in that microscope? It appears like a honeycomb structure. It appears like a, it means that a cell appears like honeycomb structure. Honeycomb structure like this. So Robert Hooke, when he discovered that cell, it appears like these honeycomb structures. Like this it appears. So he gave the name called as a cell. So he gave the name called as a cell. Cell is derived from that Latin word. Cell word is derived from Latin. So which means a little room. A little room. When he observed from by the microscope, so it appears to be honeycomb like structures, which is a little room. So he gave the name called as a cell. Okay, like this that discovered the cell by Robert Hooke. But he discovered the cell, that dead cell. Okay, remember that he that discovered the cell that is dead cell. Okay, by that using that cork slice. But free living cells are living cells. That is, free living cells was discovered by famous biologist called as the Leeuwenhoek. His name was Leeuwenhoek in 1674. Okay, so that is after 9 years. So again, that free living cells was discovered by Leeuwenhoek in 1664. But Robert Hooke discovered first, that is dead cell. But free living cells was discovered by Leeuwenhoek in 1664. Okay, now on the basis of numbers of cells, on the basis of the numbers of cells present in different organisms, that is different organisms, they are classified into two types. They are classified into two types. Okay, that is, first one is on the basis of the number of cells present in the different organisms, they are classified into two types. The first one is unicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms. What is unicellular organisms? That uni means, that is uni means what? That is uni means single. Uni means single. That organisms having a single cell called as the unicellular organisms. Okay, organisms having single cell, or organisms made up of single cell called as unicellular organisms. Some of the examples are amoeba, that is amoeba, paramecium, Chlamydomonas, bacteria, that is Chlamydomonas, and we take as a bacteria also, we take the examples, that is Chlamydomonas. So these are that etc. These are that some examples of unicellular organisms. On what basis they are classified? On the basis of number of cells. Okay. So that first one is unicellular organisms. That's uni means single. That is organisms having single cell called as unicellular organisms, or organisms made up of single cell called as unicellular organisms. That is example amoeba, paramecium, Chlamydomonas, bacteria, and etc. Now we go to that next is multicellular organisms. That is, second is multicellular organisms. Here multi means many. The organisms made up of many cells called as the multicellular organisms. The definition is organisms made up of many cells called as multicellular organisms. Examples you take, that plants, animals, fungi, including human beings also. That is human beings, etc. So these are called as the multicellular organisms. Okay, now we go to the topic is that shape of the cells. Topic is that is shape of the cell. Second topic is shape of the cells. So that is a shape. Different cells have a different shapes. Okay, different cells have a different shapes. Some are fixed shape. Okay, most of the cells are fixed shape. Okay, some cells have fixed shape, like, so you have seen that picture also in your textbook, that is fat cells, ovum cell, that is bone cell, smooth muscle cell, which is spindle in shape, smooth muscle cell, sperm cell, and the nerve cell, etc. These are the different cells having a different shapes. So that is fat shapes. You see the diagrams in your textbooks. The different having a different shapes of cells. That's fat cells, ovum cells, bone cells, smooth cell, smooth muscle cells. That's sperm cell, nerve cells, etc. Okay. The most typical shape of that cells is nerve cells. Okay, nerve cells is the most typical shape. Okay, next is we go to that size of that. Next topic is size of cells. The size of the cell is very minute, so that we are taken in a micrometers. Okay, the size of the cell is in micrometer. In bacteria, like a micro, that is in bacteria, the size of the cell is in micrometer, so we cannot see that microorganisms like bacteria, and then some um, other type of protozoas. Like this we cannot see that there, because with our naked eye, because of it is the size is in a micrometer. And then the largest cell is an ostrich cell. Okay, the largest cell is ostrich cell. Okay, next we go to that function of functions of cell. Next topic is functions of cell. So what is the function of the cell is, that is the shape and size of cells are related to the specific function they perform. They perform. Okay. The shape and the size of cells are related to the specific functions they perform. And the second is in multicellular organisms, multicellular organisms like humans perform these functions by these functions by division of labor. By division of labor. Different parts of the body different parts of human body are specialized to different functions perform different functions, such as, that heart is made up. That is heart. What is the function of the heart? It made to pump blood. Stomach. What is the function of the stomach? Stomach to digest food. What is the function of the kidney? That is kidney to filter urine. So this is the main functions of the cells. And division of labor means that if we build a building, what we need, different labors we need, workers to need to build that all that buildings. Like these, our body is also made up of different types of cells. That of different types of cells having different functions. So that's heart is made up of different cells that's made up of to pump blood, and stomach to digest food. Like these different cells having different functions. And also, next we go to the topic is structure of a cell and their functions. Also in the next class we discussed about their structure and then functions. Okay, thank you.